What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome back to Psycho Gamer. I am your host, Aubrey, and today, once again, we are going to go over one more Legacy arcade cabinet from Arcade1up. Which title are we going to go over today? We are going to go over the Midway Legacy Arcade1up cabinet for the Mortal Kombat 30th Anniversary Edition. Everybody loves a good Mortal Kombat, but some of the more recent cabinets have been missing one or two titles. Which titles are those? We're going to go over those in just a couple minutes, but make sure that you do hit that amazing little like and subscribe button. You're going to see it pop up on the screen right there. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about some Mortal Kombat right after this. Be right back. All right, welcome back again, guys. Remember, we are going to go over Mortal Kombat. Great movie. Well, at least the original movie was great. The second one, Armageddon was okay. Third one, not so much. The newest one, it was okay. I know they're making a sequel to the newest one, but it would have been cool if they had brought some of the original cast members in, even though I know the original Mortal Kombat has been out for like 20, 25 years, something like that. It's been a very long time since we actually saw many of those people get on the screen for Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, many of them are seasoned. Don't want to say older, because then that would make me feel a little bit too old, because I saw it in theaters when it came out. Anyway, we'll move right on from that. We're going to switch into my computer real quick, and we're going to take a look at this particular cabinet. And we're also going to compare it to the previous one that they've released. All right, as you can see here, we are looking at the website of Arcade1up and the Mortal Kombat 30th Anniversary Edition. Now, it doesn't look too much different from this particular version, other than they changed the looks of it up a little bit. Now, it does look like the marquee area, they've actually brought the Mortal Kombat to the front instead of having it embedded quite a far away there, which, I don't know, I'm not sure which way you guys prefer. This is the Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy Arcade Edition. Now, if you want both these cabinets, you know, obviously this is another one of those deals where you can save 20% on this cabinet if you buy two cabinets. So that'd be pretty cool. So you look at it, you get your Midway, Mortal Kombat. It doesn't really say 30th anniversary in the actual series right here, or in the actual cabinet. It may say it somewhere inside in terms of your menus. You got your dragon on the side, Midway Classic Arcade. Got your Mortal Kombat logo. And it just looks really good. We're going to skip to the next one. It does look like you have a couple people playing. But again, this is a stock photo. These are those two typical guys that seem to be in most of these pictures that they have all the time. But they did actually put a husky, it looks like, in there, or maybe a Malamute. And this is your other 45-degree angle. Obviously, it's got the molded coin door, and it matches exactly as the other side does, just kind of mirrored. And there's your straight-on look, so we can actually see how the actual buttons are laid out here, which you can see your high, low punches, high-low kicks, block, and I believe that was the run button, if I'm not mistaken. It does have the live button as well, which we'll take a look at that and see if that is going to be for online play or if it's going to be for high scores. I think something like this, it should be online play, but I could be wrong. Most likely it's going to be for high scores. And there's more of a straight down look there. You got your volume controls. You have a headphone jack there. For some people, the headphone jacks they make no sense to be there, and I've seen people say they just don't work very well. So post below if you are one that is having issues with those. Because from what I understand, sometimes there's been some updates for some of the past games, and it just made those things completely inoperable. So they're just kind of there. They probably better off putting a drink holder on the side right here. Which, hey, I've seen some mods that people have done for that as well. So there's your other straight-on look. And you got like 3 dragons on here, and you got your 2 Mortal Kombats. So they are having way too much fun for somebody ripping a skull off. I'm just saying. So, finish him. In celebration of 3 brutal decades of Mortal Kombat, they introduced their first time ever live online play, Oh, okay. In a Midway home arcade game. Yes, it is the Midway Legacy Mortal Kombat 30th Anniversary Edition. Now, this is going on pre-order this Thursday as well, much like your other two games that I have talked about in terms of your Centipede and your Pac-Mania cabinets. So if you have not pre-ordered this, or if you have not thought about getting this up until this point, make sure you go ahead and pre-order it later on. You can have it notify you too, so in case you kind of forget when it goes on pre-order the next couple of days, to go and get it. Evolving from its 1958 beginnings as an amusement game manufacturer, Midway produced some of the hottest arcade games of the 80s and the 90s. This is true, that have since been adapted to film, television, and much more. Their monsters wreaking havoc title Rampage was a giant early hit, and then leaps in live-action digitizing technology led to Mortal Kombat, recognized as one of the most important titles in video game history. It was also one of the most controversial and gory games at the time, and caused a lot of parents to try to push for it to be banned and violent video games to be banned. If you remember Leland Yee from California, he was actually one of the frontier people that wanted to get violent video games banned, and this was one of the main titles that they were trying to get banned first. So, funny thing is he got in a lot of trouble a couple years ago, and if I'm not mistaken, he's actually in jail now. So, good. That's all I can say. With its over-the-top, darkly humorous gameplay and finishing moves, Mortal Kombat became an instant franchise with iconic characters and enduring catchphrases. Yes, get over here, babality. Bringing you authentic and, yes, way nostalgic arcade experiences. We're not going to go over that. Ships to the US and Canada. Now, this title, or this cabinet, has 14 games in it. Now, the previous one only has 12. Now, this is going to have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Tubin, Rampage, Joust, Wizard of War, that was Wizard of War. Gauntlet, Root Beer Tapper, Defender, Bubbles, Paperboy, and Klax. The regular Legacy Edition did not have Mortal Kombat 3, and it did not have Klax. So those are the two titles that you're actually getting in this particular cabinet that weren't there before. Switch up to any game at will. Don't need to go over that. Wi-Fi live online play for the first time in an Arcade1up Mortal Kombat game machine. Custom riser, light-up marquee, molded door, and the 14 games. Now, it is 57.8 inches tall as well. Probably going to be that plus a riser. I have to measure my machines. I haven't measured that thing in a while. But this title is looking really good. Again, if you did not see the real differences between the two games, I mean, you can see them side by side. You can see it's definitely a lot different look right here when it comes to how these cabinets are looking. This is a little more flush. If you notice, the screen is actually a little more vertical in this one, whereas on the 30th anniversary, it's actually tilted back just a little bit more, maybe for some of the people that are a little bit taller, to really give you that true arcade feel, so it doesn't look like you're having to sit back a little bit or hit your head on the actual marquee at the top there. So I like the looks of this particular one. I know not everybody's into Mortal Kombat. I've played Mortal Kombat since the original one. Back in the day, I loved Mortal Kombat 3 and even Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 when it came out. Me and one of my friends, we played Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis quite a bit when it came out. Yes, that is dating myself. I know. I apologize. But it was still a lot of fun. Even 3 was really great. So that's going to do it for today, guys. What do you guys think of the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat? It does not seem like it's been 30 years. In some ways, it does. The game has really grown exponentially since it originally came out, with the characters going from Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Shang Tsung, Goro. That's just to name a few. There's a lot more that newer ones that I don't know the names of because I haven't been able to keep up with the games. So post below, what is your favorite Mortal Kombat character? Mine was always Sub-Zero. I always loved Sub-Zero, whether it was in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or 3. I love when they gave him the ability to shoot the ice at the floor and make the other person slip up, and the next thing you know, you're blasting him straight up in the air. That was probably one of the favorite things that I actually had in the Mortal Kombat games. I believe that was 3 that they actually brought that into. So, which is your favorite character? Now, out of the 3 legacy cabinets, which one of these are you looking forward to the most? I know a couple of them, they've already released all of these games multiple times on literally all 3 of these cabinets, but which is going to work best for you? Are you going to sell one of your old cabinets to get this particular machine? Are you going to get rid of your regular Legacy Edition to get the 30th? I think a lot of people really would, especially if it is going to be better. And the fact that they added online play for Mortal Kombat, bruh, I'm telling you, that is going to sell it by itself. And the fact that it's not just scoreboards that they're doing for Mortal Kombat, I mean, that's a no-brainer for a lot of people. But anyway, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate all of you coming out for each of my videos and posting down below. I love the conversations some of us actually have. So stay tuned for the next video from me, guys. Game on.